All right, time. Hello, each and every one of you, and welcome. My name is Milo, and I have been working in the coffee industry for over a decade now. And throughout those years, I have learned that the biggest challenge when brewing coffee is consistency. Now, for me, consistency is all about bringing out the best in the coffee every single time. Now, as I will walk you through my process, I will show you how two important pre-brewing preparations, various brewing techniques, and one exciting new tool come together and elevate the quality in the cup. Not just once, but every single time. Now, this is a process I've refined over the years, and I can't wait to share it with you. So let's dive in. Now, first and foremost, these two pre-brewing preparations. So firstly, I ground my coffee as cool as I could using dry ice, which sits at an extreme low temperature of minus 79 degrees Celsius. You see, the cooler a coffee gets ground, the more uniform its grind size distribution will become, effectively increasing the grind quality by increasing its consistency, and helping me to open up the flavor structure of my coffee, and therefore bring out beautiful red fruit characteristics to my final cup. Now secondly, by pre-grinding my coffees, but then shaking them afterwards, I help to homogenize those grounds even further, increasing its consistency once again. Now this step also helps remove unwanted gases, especially CO2, making the texture of my coffee more smooth, round, and balanced. Now additionally, I would like to mention that I roasted my coffee using a fluid bed roasting device. And its design helps me to achieve more consistency from roast to roast. All right, after the roasting and my pre-brewing steps, I would like to continue with the actual brew and the brewing recipe. So I have started by dosing my coffee 15 grams, and I'll be pouring a total of 250 grams of water to my bed of coffee. Now this water sits at 92 degrees Celsius, and I'm using two kettles to maintain temperature stability and consistency throughout. Now for my first pour, I'm adding 60 grams of water, followed by an additional 100 grams. And for my third and final pour, I'll be adding 90 grams. Now, I allow each pour to rest for 50 entire seconds, because I have found that this specific pouring structure emphasizes a sweeter and also a more aromatic cup, reminding me of beautiful flowers like pink roses. Now, the water I'm using plays a vital role in shaping my coffee. And to ensure its consistency, I've taken the opportunity to design my own mineral composition. My water contains 50 ppm of magnesium to enhance those florals in my final cup, 20 ppm of calcium to accentuate a silky texture and a syrupy texture as well, and 5 ppm of bicarbonates to balance the acidity structure. Now moving on to my equipment, I have selected the Origami Air, and I simply love this brewer because it has a very low heat conductivity, meaning that my brewing water remains more stable, is more reliable, and is again more consistent. Now the conical shape of the Origami also elevates the vibrancy of my coffee, bringing out beautiful red-gray characteristics to my final cup. Now, additionally, I'm using one exciting new tool, which is displayed on the wooden coaster in front of you. And it's called the booster, the cone booster. Now, the booster works by increasing the contact points underneath my paper filter, right where it matters the most, allowing the water to pass through the slurry more evenly and more consistently, increasing the sweetness of my coffee, very much reminding me of candies like purple wine gums to my final cup. Now, with the equipment in place, I would like to focus on the coffee you'll be drinking, which has been produced by Johan Vergira, and it's beautiful Finca Las Flores in Huila, Colombia. It's of the Chirosa variety, and it underwent the duo cherry processing method. Now, let me explain. The cherries were picked at peak ripeness and were then separated into two halves. One half was immediately oxidized in the open air for 24 hours. And this part of the process generates those beautiful red fruit characteristics, like I mentioned earlier. Now these same cherries then underwent anaerobic fermentation for nearly 90 hours in temperature-controlled water, which is a very consistent approach when it comes to fermentation. Now, this part of the process generates those florals, like I also mentioned earlier. Now, meanwhile, the other half of the same Chirosa lot was depulped and processed as a wash coffee, adding greater complexity and more cleanliness to my final cup. Now, both halves were then put back together and dried using precision equipment. Now, as you can tell, this is going to be an exciting cup of coffee. And I want you to please write down what to expect in the final cup. The aroma is going to be medium plus in intensity. It is sweet and rich, reminding me of strawberries and purple wine gums. Now, please assess the aroma directly from the carafe and give it a proper swirl. And then I'll be back shortly. So here you go. And this is yours, enjoy. And finally, here's yours, enjoy. All right. Can I have your carafe? Thank you. Can I have yours as well? Amazing. Can I have yours? Amazing. Thanks. Now, let's continue. Please write down the flavors. When hot and warm, are sweet and complex. When hot, you will find strawberries and purple wine gum. And when warm, you will now find red grapes and roses. And when cool, the flavors will transform into a beautiful balance of sweet and sour, reminding me of cherries. Moving on to the aftertaste. When it's warm, it is medium in length, highlighting strawberries and violets. And then when cool, the aftertaste will remain medium, but it is lingering, reminding me of cherries and roses. Now, the acidity. When it's warm, it is medium in intensity. It is tartaric, reminding me of red grapes. And when it's cool, it is now medium plus in intensity. It is malic and reminding me of cherries. The sweetness now. When it's hot, it will be moving. Well, it will be moving from medium plus when it's hot to medium when cool. It is candy-like, reminding me of those purple wine gums, but also candied cherries. And finally, the mouthfeel. When it's hot and warm, it will be medium, syrupy and round. And when it's cool, it is medium light and juicy. All right. Now, today, as I share this coffee, consistency has been a major part of it all. From Johan's precision work at Finca Las Flores to every other step in my entire process. From roasting on a fluid bed roasting device to my pre-brewing preparations, with careful brewing techniques and one exciting new tool. All in order to bring out the best in the coffee and let it live up to its full potential every single time. Now please enjoy this beautiful coffee from Johan and Finca Las Flores. And thank you for having me. Time.